So, uh, Catboy,
Mm.
you put this all together. Thank you so much. Uh, so why don't we get introductions going?
Oh, wait, are we doing video? Like putting the video on the stream?
I'm trying to.
Oh, okay. I was like, wait, we just going? Okay. Um, yeah, okay. I'll introduce myself real quick while we're getting that sorted. Um, I'm Catboy Collector, or Jay. I use he him pronouns, and I talk about trans masks a lot on Twitter. I mean, and Twitch, but I haven't streamed it a long time since like Kiwi Farms. That's about it. I'm not that interesting, to be honest. I just like have a really good statistical memory. That's about it.
We love that. You have a great statistical memory. This guy Ted, who are you? And thank you for coming on.
Well, thank you for having me. I am Ted, 30-year-old from Norway. Use he, him pronouns. I am on Twitter a lot. I do a lot of social commentary, and I go between Norwegian commentary and English commentary because I feel that I have opinions on both local issues and international. So I don't know. It feels like I'm that annoying Norwegian trans guy on Twitter. That's about it for now.
You're not annoying to me.
Thank
You're
you.
not nearly as annoying as me, so I think you're great.
Thank you. Thank you.
Smart artist. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm good. So my name is Jordan. I use he, him pronouns, and I don't make content. I've streamed like once.
Hmm.
Um, I was invited by Catboy, so I decided to say yes because he knows that I'm trans Masc, so I'm just kind of here, I guess. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
Good. Yeah, I thank you for coming. And Tempest.
Hi, I got invited by Catboy, so that's why I'm here. I go by Tempest. You can follow me on Twitter at Test of Tempest. I also have a podcast I do with my coworker called Movie Boys, where we talk about movies. And I work with the political live streamer known as Vosh. Oh, and I use he, him pronouns. Did I say that?
I think that's kind of implied since this is mostly a trans mask panel. I think I'm the only trans femme here, so
Yeah. I mean, you're a good host though, so
well, I appreciate that. Uh, so
I'm just making a blast off tweet real quick, just letting the people know.
does everyone basically go by he him pronouns?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
everyone's a white man except for me.
Guys,
Yeah.
I identify as trans before I identify as anything else, so
Oh,
Fair
God.
enough.
I'm
somebody calls me a
actually
white man, I swear. I mean, I am white.
Okay, so is there any topics that anybody wants to like get into, like any recent current events or anything?
Hmm. There's a lot. There's a lot of fucking current events. I mean, like for me, living in Texas, there's a House bill right now about to happen that would essentially make it illegal to be trans in public if there's alcohol present and there's like more than two people looking at you, which is interesting.
Well, that's not good.
Yeah, it's kind
why
of
the
awful.
alcohol?
It's like performances. They're designating any performances where someone is presenting as a gender not the same as the one at birth. They're considering that a sexual performance. Like if alcohol is present, then it also makes it like adult. So you could be arrested if you're trans and like just it like an example of it would be someone gave, I think it was it Aaron in the Morn? I don't know, but they said if you're a trans woman playing chess in a public park and there's two people watching you and one of them has a beer, then you can be arrested.
That makes no sense.
So Texas is great. Texas is awesome.
Must be a great place to live.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of those kinds of things are popping up every now and then, and it's not great to say the least. What do you guys think about it?
What I think is absolutely wild is that um, just because you express yourself a certain way, it tells nothing about your gender at all.
You seen me?
Like
Yeah.
you have, I have my uh, childhood friend. She is what they call a butch lesbian, and many people think that she is a guy because of the masculine way she presents herself,
Mhm.
and if she would have gotten arrested because of some because of some stupid law like the one in Texas, that like it's, I don't know, it's so wild to me. It's alien to me to listen and read about all of this.
Yeah,
It kind of just it kind of just hit me how much this will affect like gender non-conforming women specifically.
Mm, absolutely.
Like like they can categorize anything as cross-dressing if they want, like wearing
Mm.
pants.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No,
smart.
but because there is this quote or whatever it's called, who's wearing the pants in the relationship, or however that saying goes. I don't know. It feels like at this point someone will make a deal out of that as well, and I
Yeah,
don't know, start going off at the women who wears pants and whatever.
they latch onto anything for real.
Yeah.
But okay, so since this is a trans mask panel, right? And we have all of these perspectives under one Discord call. I feel as though we should talk about our experiences.
That would be a good thing to talk
That
about on
would
a trans
probably be a
mask
good thing.
panel. Yeah.
Sorry for the lack of organization. I literally messaged everyone at like 7 a.m. like, hey, can you come on?
I mean, you literally messaged me right before, so this is very
Yeah.
impromptu. But yeah, I would love to hear everyone's experiences. Let's start with Tempest.
Oh man, that's such a wide open question. Could you narrow it
Okay,
down for me a little bit?
let's do like, how was your experience coming out and transitioning? Just a general
Still
story.
too general?
A little too general.
I'll focus on just like coming out. So my coming out experience was mostly awful for like the first couple people I came out to. Like the first person I came out to was my partner, and he didn't take it that well. Kind of more uh like he had like a existential crisis about it, and it's like, what does this mean for our
Oh.
relationship? Yeah, so it's kind of like that.
Oh god.
And then
Oh yeah.
when I was coming out to like my friend group, it was just like very emotional, and like everyone was crying. You know what I mean? Like it was very that. Um so that was my experience coming out. Like now for the most part, like it's not really a big deal. Like when I tell people, it's like, yeah, I'm trans, and then just move on.
Fair. That's yeah. I mean, I feel like that describes a lot of people's experiences. Like there's just a baseline of like, oh, it sucked. Yeah, yeah. But I mean, fuck.
I mean,
What do you
yeah, I
expect?
think for a lot of trans people, it kind of sucks coming out, especially if your parents or your partner or loved ones don't necessarily uh, like accept you or accept trans people in general. It's like it's a huge problem that we have. What about you, smart artist? I would love to hear your experience.
Yeah, so I still live with my parents and they kind of like dictate my medical decisions. So I have not started tea yet. So I don't pass. Like I look pretty masculine, I'd say, but like I can't wear a binder every day and like I don't know, my voice isn't deep, so I don't pass a lot of the time, so I kind of have to, like, come out to people, like, a lot,
Mhm.
which I've noticed. When I originally came out, I used they, them pronouns, and I was like, "You know what? I'm still cis, I'm just, I'm special." And then it kind of was like, "Okay, I'm non-binary. Okay, I use he, they." And then I'm
This.
here now. I use he, him pronouns now. Still pretty new for everyone, like, in my life, but um, like, originally, my parents were kind of just like, "Okay, whatever," and it kinda seemed like they wanted to avoid it a lot, but now it's kind of, like, more becoming an issue because it's like, I feel dysphoric all the time, so I feel like that, dictates a lot of things about my life right now, but, overall, the support has been really good, especially from, like, my grandparents. Like, originally, like, before I came out as anything, they were, like, mildly homophobic, and now my grandpa is, like, pretty accepting, so I
Wow.
think I've changed a lot of people's minds in my life, and I'm really proud of that, but I'm still working on, like, I don't know, transitioning medically and stuff like that.
Yeah, I
That's
hope it.
awesome though.
Yeah, definitely. Like it's not usually the grandparents who. Well, actually, is it? Because like I feel like it's more often than not the parents and like direct family members who wind up not being the most accepting, and then like the grandparents just want a grandchild to be there to be like,
Yeah.
you know, uh,
I've seen that happen with a lot of people, actually. Like, I mean, my grandma, at least. My actually no, pretty much all of my grandparents, except for that one fucking asshole, is they're accepting, which is like surprising, like uninformed but accepting.
I feel like there's always that one asshole in the family.
Oh my god, he's the fucking worst person I've ever met. I'm not gonna get into it. I'm not gonna get into it.
um, and this guy Ted, what is your experience?
Well, I'm 30 now. I came out in 2020, when I was 28. Um, the thing is with me is that I do have children, um, which I am. Well, I call myself a seahorse dad. For those who are unfamiliar with the term, it means this, the male seahorses are the one that gives birth. Hence the term. I have twin daughters, who are just about to turn 9 years old. And yeah, my biggest, like, um, I don't know, fear was all about the kids. Um, because of you get like riddled with thoughts that, oh, my kids are gonna have a different kind of parenting. Uh, they're gonna experience a different type of parenting, I guess. Or I was like really beating myself up over it, and it was really hard. But then I came out to the kids, and um, I did use like simplified language that mommy feels like a boy in his heart, and I like to use. I like it when people use he, him when they speak about me, and they're like, "I bet, done,
Kids are so
period,
fucking funny. I love
done."
kids are the easiest to come out to by
Literally,
far,
by
unless they're
far.
I
12 or
agree with
older.
that.
12 or older start to become demons about
Yeah,
like identity.
they do say that children, when they are like children before they become teenagers, and adult children are the best times to come out to. So I guess yeah, and my kids, every parent says this about their kids, but my kids are they're smart kids, and yeah, all they care about is as long as they're loved, that's whatever.
Can I ask
Um,
Generally, the
what your
consensus amongst kids, I think, just like
what?
having a parent. Generally, the consensus amongst kids is like having a parent is good,
Yeah.
which is
Yeah.
nice. Yeah, I think
I
that's
was
like
gonna ask you, what do your kids refer to you as?
He, him.
No, I mean, like,
And
did they call you dad?
it's such a it's such a mix because they have always called me mom, which I am totally fine with. Um, but I have told them that, you know what, whatever suits you. If you want to use my name, if you want to use mom, if you want to use dad or a variation of whatever, a mix, you do that. And they have called me mom, or in Norwegian it's mamma. They have called me dad, which in Norwegian is papa, and everything in between. And the rest of my family, my parents, fortunately, I'm 30, so I don't have to worry about my parents. I moved out long ago, but uh, my dad especially has been very, very, very supportive. So I've got that. So
That's awesome.
thank you.
And Catboy.
Oh my god. Whenever I recount like my transition, it's always the most like annoying itemized list. So let's do it quickly, okay? I came out when I was 14 years old. First, they, them, non-binary. I was like, oh, but I don't have dysphoria. I'm like, fine. I don't have dysphoria. I'm fine. I'm like basically a girl still. And then I went to a therapist, and the therapist like talked to me for years, like about yeah, no, like 1 or 2 years, and then I was like, wait, I think I have dysphoria. And he was like, I've been waiting for you to fucking say that. Here's a prescription. He gave me a recommendation for like a testosterone prescription as soon as it like a few months after it hit me that I had dysphoria, like a good few months, maybe a year or two. But I transitioned in a public Texas high school. So despite the incredible privilege of being able to transition young, that meant that I had to transition young in front of people my age. So I've experienced
Ouch.
like a lot of the more aggressive sides of being trans, I suppose, or
Yep.
like that. Um, but I'm incredibly lucky either way. My parents, like, they support me. They did it at first for like a week, and then I compiled a bunch of studies, and they couldn't deny any of it. So that's actually where this came from. My whole statistics thing, I had to prove it to fucking everyone. So now it's just fun.
How the hell did you get them to actually read it though?
Oh no, I just presented the information, and then I was like, if you want to check my sources, here they are.
Wow. Fucking Chad.
What
I
fucking
tried to do that
14-year-old
too.
does that? Ugh.
So I before we move on, I do want to let everybody know that we are doing
Less
a
than
charity
3.
stream today. Uh yeah, donate.
Oh my gosh, a reef donated.
Oh, Reef donated W.
Oh yeah, I think it was like $100. It is $100. I'm doing math in my head. Thank you so much for donating. That really appreciate that. But yeah, if you want more information, do exclamation charity and exclamation donate, and you can look at all that stuff and be cool like us. Um, but I think something interesting that I might want to do, if you're comfortable, smart artist, what,
Yeah.
since you aren't on T yet, what do
hmm
you expect to get from T? And then after that, I
Yeah.
want to ask everybody what they have gotten from T.
Yeah.
Okay. So I guess the thing that I kind of want the most is like my voice to change, and I know that'll take a really long time, but I feel like that's like one of the first things people notice. Like they look at you, but then they wait for like you to talk. And I've noticed that like I don't have a deep voice. I mean, maybe for like a woman, but like not a man. So it's pretty noticeable that I don't have that. So that's kind of what I'm mainly looking for. And also just like um I've I have a gender affirming therapist that I just started, and we've been talking about like stuff like that, and she said like fat redistribution and like your face kind of changing. So I'm also excited for that.
Yeah,
Yeah, no. Both of
yeah,
those things, off the bat though, you're gonna have a really great voice because you're already pushing your voice to the spot that it will be when you start T. So like It'll turn out good, trust.
Thanks.
So, Catboy, how has tea been for you?
Once again, I got a little itemized list, and that list goes, the first thing you will notice is bottom growth. If you don't know what bottom growth is, I'm not explaining it on stream. The second thing you will notice is voice cracks or mood changes. It doesn't actually take that long for your voice to drop to a degree that's like
less than 3, less than
masculine
3.
passing, I suppose.
I'm gonna
But
move that.
it takes a while for it to get like forever. Like that. Sorry, it takes a while to get to the lowest point.
Mhm.
Fat redistribution, that takes a while. That might take like years. It generally does. But the face is probably the first thing you're gonna see change with fat distribution. You're also gonna see muscle tone if you work out, even if you don't work out. I quit
yeah.
gymnastics to transition. I was a gymnast for 10 years, and I got more muscle from testosterone than I did from gymnastics. Like as a gymnast, I could never like do a standing backflip, but when I tried it, like after 3 years of tea, I could totally do it. It's crazy. Tea is crazy. It's awesome. It's fucking great. It will not make you a monster though. It will not do that. Anybody that tells you that, they are fucking lying.
Next. God, I gotta remember you guys' names. Hold on.
There's Tempest, Ted.
This
and
guy,
Jordan
Ted.
is who we're speaking to.
Ted, please tell me.
Well, when I started, the first thing I noticed immediately was my head just calmed down instantly. It was crazy, actually crazy.
So I'm not trying to
how-
take away from what you're saying right now, but
Mm.
when you said my head, I thought you were gonna say grew bigger. My
Testosterone
ego
skull.
just
Oh my God.
skyrocketed.
No. Listen, that's another type of head, which Catboy
Hey,
already
yo.
Oh no!
So,
Hey, yo. Anyways,
no, but yeah, my mind then just it calmed down. All of those. It was such a turmoil in my head, in my mind, and it instantly calmed down. Obviously, Catboy mentioned a lot that happened to me, like, of course, bottom growth. But when it comes to the distribution of fat, my ass deflated immediately. I had
that's
a
such a
dumpy.
common take.
I had a dumpy. I no longer have one.
You just gotta hit the squats.
I am.
You gotta have like a muscular ass.
Yes.
That's the goal.
Yeah, I do. It's it's not what it used to be, but I'm happy about it. Let's just put it that way. I am stronger than I've ever been. I have trained and exercised all of my life, and now I casually work out and all of that, and I have never been stronger. Um, and my voice has obviously dropped. My voice cracks a lot, but only when I am talking to customers. Never otherwise. Always when I say,
Customer service voice.
"Oh yeah,
Can I ask
yeah,
how
have
long
a
you've
nice
been on
day."
tea?
What?
Can I ask how long you've been on tea?
Yes, I started January 25th of this year.
You got some time left
yeah.
to go. You're
Yeah.
not even past like you're not even at the beginning part. Like that's crazy.
No. So
That
I've
sucks,
had,
man.
yeah, obviously facial hair. It's it's real. I have cheated a little bit though with like beard dye and stuff, but
Everybody does that.
yeah,
Everybody.
everybody does that. Everybody does that. Other than that, nothing I can think of. Uh, no, that's pretty much it.
What you said about like calming down or like feeling relieved all of a sudden,
Mm.
that like reminded me of the fact that I was incredibly violent breed testosterone. I was really, really fucking aggressive. And then when I got on T, I became like a pacifist. I became like so fucking mellow. I just didn't care anymore. I was just like, it changed other things. It made other things more intense.
Yeah, but like when you are trans, and you are one of the trans people who benefits from HRT or wants HRT, I would like argue. I, English is my second language, so I'm sorry if my words miss a little bit, but I would argue that you've had hormone imbalance before starting HRT. If you catch my drift, so of
That makes
course,
Oh
sense.
yeah, no,
yeah,
there's legitimate evidence to be put forward that I'm intersex to a very, very small degree. To a degree that I would not identify with it, but still.
yeah. So of course that would
My
make
hormones
you,
were always up.
yeah, yeah,
But I
but
was
like,
also just overcompensating, like really hard. And when you don't have to overcompensate anymore, you just chill. You just hang out.
literally, yeah,
Like
basically.
like my a few years, or like most of my transition, the first 5 years, I'd say, of my transition, I've been out for 6 years. I presented very, very hard Masc, like very much, like very Masc. But once you get rid of like dysphoria, stuff like that, once you treat it, you can do whatever the fuck you want. Like, it's awesome.
I bet. I bet.
Tempest, I would love to hear your experience.
Yeah. I mean, all the things that people like with taking testosterone pretty much happened to me. So like, my voice is probably my favorite thing now. I want to talk about the two things that I don't like. Well, one of them is serious. The other one isn't serious. So pre-T, I used to be able to do a really sick Elmo impression, and I can't do it anymore. Like,
You still have that upper range. You have to train it again.
I've tried. I've tried. I
Try
can't
harder.
do it.
No,
There's only so long
I
I'm willing to like try doing an Elmo impression like by myself, where it's just
had
not
a
worth it
Pikachu
anymore.
impression that I can't do anymore.
So no one talks about that. You get like
Yeah, you
that
do.
becomes harder. The other thing that like sucks now is the pain tolerance. I have I have a lot of tattoos, and I've also been doing laser tattoo removal for like a year, and it is excruciating. Like I don't
Your
I think
pain
it's
tolerance
like,
got worse.
yeah. And
Oh.
I've heard this from other people, so I don't know if this is like an every person thing or it's a person by person thing, but I think it has to do with like estrogen and progesterone have to they chemically do something with like the pain receptors in your brain. So when you take like testosterone, or like you know you have testosterone mainly in your body, I think it makes you like more susceptible to feeling pain. So anyway, getting tattoos or anything now sucks.
That, like, so I've been on my issue with like giving examples of myself is that I've been on testosterone for like a while, and a lot of that while was when I was a teenager, so I didn't actually do the full estrogen puberty. So like my takes on a lot of hormone stuff are a tiny bit different. But the thing about pain tolerance, I don't know if that extends to me. I think I just have an insane pain tolerance. Like
That could be it.
when I got my chest tattoo, which is like you can kind of see it. I was like fine for the first 11 hours. The 12th hour sucked, but first 11 were fine. But actually, no. I will say, I used to have period cramps that would kill me, like kill me. I can still handle them. I got them again recently, just for a while because I got off T for a second, and I like passed out on the floor because of the pain.
Really?
That might have to do with like something testosterone did to my body, or it's the like pain tolerance estrogen thing, but who knows? Very interesting. I've really never heard that take before.
I've only heard it a few times, and I remember when I started doing my laser treatment, the guy knew I was trans, and he's like, "Yeah, it's probably gonna hurt more for you now because it tends to hurt more for men." And also, like, I think if you ask like tattoo artists in general, they say that like women tend to sit better for tattoos, which would make sense because I think women in general have like a higher pain tolerance. I'm using women as like in the sense
Yeah.
of like AFAB, normal estrogen level kind of, you know, generally like that, not like
I mean, there's something to be said about being trained for a lot of the pain from the start, or at least from the start of puberty. Because if you have a period every single month, like, yeah, you're gonna get used to the fucking pain. Like,
Oh yeah.
you gotta get used to it, at least a little bit.
Can I ask you a question, Catboy?
Yeah.
How is your surgery recovery going?
Oh my god, it sucked at first. I got an opioid addiction for a second, but now I'm good.
Oh no, that's not good.
No, yeah. So like one incision on the right side is bigger because that's where they pulled the ovaries out. So that sucked. Like my entire right side was awful for a while. But the biggest pain was actually the air bubbles. So they have to inflate your abdomen to do surgery. The air bubbles, they rise up to your chest when they're done. Like they take a bit out, but they can't get everything. The air bubbles rise and they hurt. They hurt and they feel sore for days until they disappear.
That's awful.
That sounds so scary.
Yeah, that's horrible.
Yeah, no. I swear to God, getting a full hysterectomy would have been way too scary for me. I could not. I absolutely could not.
That
So-
sounds like one of those things that's like either you love it or you hate it, because you know those people who have an inflation fetish.
Okay. Let's keep it PG.
Okay.
Like actually.
Fine.
But LMAO. I would like to amend LMAO. But still.
So, is it okay if I ask you more questions?
Yes.
I'm assuming they also took out your fallopian tubes?
Yeah, so they take out the fallopian tubes and the ovaries because the fallopian tubes can also have ovarian cancer in them. Like that's where ovarian cancer can start. So they take out both.
And you still have your
Okay.
uterus and your
Yeah.
cervix?
I have the uterus and cervix. The cervix is a funny little guy. I like it.
You can take that out.
Yeah, you fucking take that out.
You can take
a lot of
anything on
stuff
your body
You
out.
can take a lot of stuff out. But I just opted to not get my uterus removed because it's not causing me any problems on its own. It was the presence of estrogen, and like the ability to get pregnant that was causing me issues. So just taking out the ovaries, that was good enough. More
So,
than good enough.
do you still get a menstrual cycle now, or is it no longer?
That goes away on testosterone in general for most people. But I only had one a while back because I went off of T. But yeah, no, I don't have one. I got like the slightest bit of bleeding like right after. That was actually because I was ovulating literally the day of surgery.
Oh man.
The day of.
Wow.
It was like its last stand. It was like, please get pregnant. Please. Please. Like, fuck that. But at least it
I ac-
functions.
I actually I've had a hysterectomy, so I have everything.
Help you.
The only thing I have left are my ovaries. So my cervix is gone, my uterus is gone, my fallopian tubes are gone.
Are you
What?
getting
Can I
that
ask why
last
you
little
kept the
bit?
ovaries?
I'm sorry?
You go ahead.
No, I didn't hear what Catboy said.
Oh, can I ask why you kept the ovaries?
So I got all this taken out mainly because of cancer, and then I had endometriosis.
Yeah.
Like cancer, like a lot of cervical cancer and like uterine cancer runs in my family, so that's how I was able to get it out. And at the time, I wasn't taking any hormones, so my doctor was like, "You should just like keep your ovaries for now." And then also she was talking about how like if you have problems in the future, we can just we can take them out really easily, so it's not
Yeah.
that big of a deal.
It's a 20-minute procedure, like literally. If you get it
Oh, it's-
bilateral, just make sure you have the money to pay for it because holy shit, laparoscopic equipment costs so much.
Yeah, it's pretty expensive.
Like
Oh yeah,
my
I forgot
insurance
you
covered
pay
a
for
lot
that
of it,
stuff.
but I still had to pay thousands.
So let's hear about your experience, Ted.
About what?
About the cost of having surgeries. Or I guess
Oh,
healthcare in general where you live.
Oh, okay. So we do have healthcare here, but the trans healthcare is
A little bit lacking.
lacking would be uh, an understatement because we have one entire we have one department in the entire country that deals with all of our transgender patients, as they call it. It's in Oslo, which is our capital city, and they literally have monopoly on it. There are extremely limited resources. There is one private practitioner. They are really competent in this area. They are 73 years old, refuses to go into pension because of the lacking the lack of trans healthcare we have here. If you go through the official department, well, first you need to get a referral from your GP, and the probability of you getting a no is very high. On general, your GP has to insist around 8 times before you get accepted. After
Wow.
that, yeah.
Absurd. That's absurd.
After that, it takes on general it takes 6 months to get one appointment, and between 6 to 8 months between every appointment after that.
Wow.
They will ask you questions about, do you fantasize about children? Do you yeah, all sorts of questions
Huh?
like that. Yeah,
Wait,
yeah, you heard
fantasizing
me
about
right.
children isn't like.
No, they're asking you if you're a pedophile, basically.
What the
They
fuck?
What the fuck?
yeah, a lot of
That's
those
so
questions have
gross.
been it's been under investigations, and they have been forced to remove a lot of these questions. But another question was, well, another demand was, you have to go and attempt to have sex with someone you don't find attractive, or like
What?
if you are gay, you have to go and you attempt to have sex with a woman, and vice versa, or whatever.
How do they
That
verify that you did that?
right. That is that has now been removed. Up until 2016, you had to get forcefully sterilized before. Yeah, that has also been removed, but they still continue to carry the same attitude, the same way of treating people. I was very lucky to get an appointment with the private practitioner I told about. I got a prescription for testosterone, which then got transferred to my GP. So I am very, very lucky in that regard. And the way the official healthcare department for trans people, the way they operate makes it basically makes it impossible to get any sort of meaningful treatment, because it takes so long, because it takes so many appointments to get the diagnosis right. The diagnosis here is called gender incongruence, or something like that.
It's across a few. That's like global. I think.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, it's it takes X amount of appointments, which is, like I said, between 6 to 8 months apart. So it might take you 2 to 3 years to only get the diagnosis, so you then can get hormones, and then you are
Jesus.
not. You might be put on a waiting list for like top surgery after you have been on hormones for a year. Not if you've been on hormones before. Do you have to be on hormones from their prescription for at least a year before they put you on a waiting list.
That's so
fucking
dumb.
strange. Like,
Yeah.
actually, the biggest thing that's strange to me is that the protocol that we have for treating trans kids is called the Dutch model, which is
Hmm.
like you would think that the people that pioneered this would, you know,
Be better.
can be consistent, but they're
Yeah,
not.
right.
Apparently, they're fucking not.
Oh yeah, another thing. If you have done any sort of hormone treatment or anything before you got into that department, they tell you that that will have an impact on how they review your case, basically. And if you're anyway of like non-conforming, you will get denied. For example, you Catboy, you instant deny. Instant no.
I'm like a textbook fucking case of dysphoria. I'm so fucking textbook. It's insane.
But it
You-
doesn't matter
It
because
doesn't matter apparently. Like that's
no,
that's
absolutely not.
absurd. That's fucking
Absolutely not.
absurd.
Yeah, because you have long hair and you dress the way you do. For them, it's like nope, nope.
FTMTF.
You are not trans. That's
Yeah, I'm totally not trans.
yeah.
I totally don't have vivid phantom limb syndrome for certain body parts that I don't have.
Yeah.
Totally not. Yeah,
No.
yeah, no, I'm not. What the fuck? Of course I'm not.
No, you don't want to like be a lumberjack in the woods chopping
Oh,
wood.
I do.
Oh, okay.
I
Well,
fucking do.
if you don't look the part, then it's an
Yeah.
instant no. So
Yeah, that
cheers. Woo.
Tempest, do you live in the States?
I do. I'm
Oh,
originally Canadian though, but I live in the States now.
okay.
dude's still Canadian.
Did you get your hormones and surgeries in the States?
Yes, I got everything done in the States. The only thing, pretty much everything I've ever had has been covered through insurance, and I have pretty decent insurance, so it wasn't too much of a pain in the ass. I paid for my top surgery out of pocket though, because they were kind of giving me the runaround with I think they wanted me to be on testosterone for like 2 years before I got it done. And I was like, no, fuck that. I want
They tend to
the
do
boobs
that.
gone. So I was just like, I'm gonna pay for it. So
They tried to do that to me too. They like so I got on T at 16, but I also got top surgery at 16 because I was like, I will. Well, my mom agreed to pay out of pocket because insurance wasn't going to cover that until I was like over 21, and even then they wouldn't cover all of it. So she just was like, okay, just out of pocket.
someone in the chat said that sweet Fosh money came in handy. Yeah, that is currently how I was able to pay for it.
I was gonna say, I was gonna like I like looked at the screen. I said I was about to say out of whose pocket? Sorry.
Yeah, I was able to. I think it was
That's fucking awesome.
7,000 for everything total for like paying for. Yeah, I had to pay for like the anesthesiologist and then the plastic surgeon separately. So I think it was like 7,000 or 7,500 total.
Mine was like 8 or 9 around there. But I got the surgeon that I worked with was like, "Do any of you know of Dr. Crane?"
I'm
He's
not
like,
no.
he's a big top surgery boy. Likes the top surgery, doing the best techniques of it, etc. I got mine done from someone who worked under him with all their weird drainless methods.
Mm.
Looks sick, so
So you didn't have any drains?
no. They do internal stitching, so they don't have to have drains.
Fascinating. I had the
Yeah.
drains, and the only thing I didn't like about them was when they pulled them out because you can feel them come. Yeah, I know. Yeah, yeah.
I could not tolerate that. I would not be able to. I would.
But everything else healed up fine. It was just like when they pulled it out because you can feel the tubing like going through your entire chest. Yeah, it's awful.
Oh my god, speaking of top surgery, I have a friend who recently, like very recently, some of you might have seen this, came out about his top surgeon
Yeah, Rylan.
doing total fucking malpractice.
That was insane.
Absolutely awful.
Yeah,
Like-
that wild, absolutely wild.
And
I think that's
all-
probably the worst like a top surgery result I've ever seen ever. And I've looked at like hundreds of photos. I don't know if you guys have looked at like a bunch of people's after
Oh, yeah.
or like photos.
I mean, I think the shape of his is good. It was good. The
Well,
shape
I'm
was
mainly
good.
talking about like the infection pictures and
Oh,
stuff.
the infection, that is,
Yeah.
yeah, no, that was absurd. That was fucking absurd. And while, like, medical malpractice is the biggest thing that will affect trans masks more than any other group out there, specifically Black and Indigenous trans masks, even though white trans masks still top out over everyone else too. Like, it's just insane that that a surgeon that works with us, specifically with us, would do something like that. Like, I don't know. He was like talking to me after surgery, and he was like, "Well, yeah, they did drainless," and I was like, "Did they do this certain thing?" And he was like, "No, it was just you don't have to have drains." And I was like, "There's a very specific method that you have to do
Uh-oh.
to not have drains." And
Thing
he
is,
like
when he
emailed.
posted that picture about the literal hole, and
Oh my god, just
and
harrowing. Fucking.
and the surgeon had the gall to said, "Looks good, not infected." I have no medical competence at all, but I even I could tell that was hell infected.
The general practice is to, when a patient says like, "Hey, I think I might have an infection, maybe, like it might be internal or something," the doctor prescribes you antibiotics the moment you fucking say that. The moment you say that. And this doctor didn't. She was like, "Oh, it's fine. It's totally okay."
Trying
It
to
makes
remember if
me like it actually makes me wonder. I'm not gonna speculate too much, but like it actually does make me wonder if she wanted him to die. Like I can't help but wonder because the malpractice and the straight up not giving a fuck it's so severe.
when
My
I
biggest thing, like the thing that I think happened the most would be she got into trans healthcare, like likely because I don't know, maybe she thought there was money there. And she seems to have an online following, like a TikTok presence, an Instagram presence. So like doctors like that, like some of the times they're gonna be a piece of shit. They're gonna try to get you in and out as fast as they can. And that's kind of what happened when you don't when they don't like check back with you or like just say like, "Oh no, carry on, carry on." Like I don't know, it's fucked up. It just seems like you don't care about your patients at all. That kind of negligence kills people.
when I uh when I first saw that tweet that you like retweeted, I had to read the first one over and over again because I think he used the language of like they removed a foot of tissue or something, but I thought it said that like the surgeon put in a dead foot, and I kept reading it over and over again, and I'm like, what? What
God damn
happened?
it.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, okay, it's not a foot. They didn't shove a foot
Yeah.
in his chest. Okay.
I mean, shit, they might as well have. How do you think that shit got infected? Well, yeah, that could have been anything, but I don't know. It's very
Paid
absurd.
over 20K for the surgery and the trip. That's insane.
Wait, he did?
Yeah.
It said
Yeah, I think
on the thread, I went out of the state and paid over 20K for both of the surgery and the trip itself.
that's
Okay,
ridiculous.
that's a scam doctor. That is a scam
Yeah.
doctor. Top surgery should not fucking cost that much unless you're getting like an insanely advanced treatment. My shit cost $8,000 out of pocket. Insurance covering nothing.
Oh my.
And my surgeon was one of the best, like the best out there. Nothing should cost you that much. And if it does, fucking like come to me for recommendations. If any of you like need to find a top surgeon, fucking talk to me. Because like that's 20,000. It's not.
Yeah,
That's gross money. That's
I feel like if it's sorry, um, I feel like if you're paying more than 10K, you're probably paying too much at that point, or you're talking to like a you know like surgeons who are just like they're so popular, so like they just have their prices basically based on their popularity. But yeah, that seems like a lot.
there's a lot of like very much leading surgeons in the industry that don't make themselves a personality. Like Dr. Crane, I know that motherfucker does not have like a fucking like a big,
TikTok.
a giant presence like Gallagher did.
I
I've
know.
seen
I
him
know.
on
There's like a
TikTok before.
doctor on TikTok I see all the time. I forgot who.
Specifically for trans healthcare, or like just a
Yeah,
doctor in
yeah.
general?
He does like top surgery all the time.
Yeah, I don't know who that is.
Yeah, I was gonna be like, that's a lot.
I'm
That's a
trying to
lot of people.
remember.
There's a
I'm
lot of
trying to
surgeons
remember.
in
It's
Gallagher.
one specific person, but that's okay. I forgot.
Well, if you do remember, let us know.
Yeah.
So, Catboy, is
Hmm?
there? What other topics do you have for us to talk about?
Oh, I
do
found the
not
doctor.
barely. Oh.
TikTok Tony.
That sounds
That's his TikTok.
that sounds very
username.
sketchy.
Yeah.
No, he's number one
For
top
real.
surgeon USA. It says.
Wait, what? Say that again.
Its bio says number one top surgeon USA, FTM, MTF, face/body, gender affirming, and cosmetic surgeon, Seattle.
That's a lie. That's a fucking lie. Anybody who says that they're the best, like top surgeon, but then is like has a bunch of other things that they think they're the best at too, scam. That's a fucking scam. The last thing
Oh,
that I'm pretty sure Dr. Crane and his practice purported to have is like one of the leading types of top surgery. Don't ever trust someone who says the best. Like leading, sure, but the best? Fuck no.
I will keep that in mind.
Also, if a doctor ever tries to prescribe you spironolactone, say no.
What is that?
Say no. It's a T blocker.
Oh,
Yeah, that's the
Doctors
opposite of what
prescribe
you
it.
want.
Doctors prescribe it sometimes for like acne on cis women generally. But I asked this motherfucker, I was like, will this affect hormone levels? Is this a hormone affecting drug? And she was like, no, nope.
oh my God.
So I was on Spiro for like years.
Why
Jesus.
would she just blatantly lie about that? That's
Because she thought I was a little butch girl, you know.
Just a
wow.
quirky woman.
When they lie like that, it's like it wouldn't have like affected a cis woman that much, I'm sure.
Mhm.
But me?
Yeah, that's appalling, honestly.
That's so weird because I saw a thread. I don't know who posted it. Was it Rylan? I think it was Rylan.
Ellen do be posting. He does post.
Yeah, he do be posting. He said something about so many surgeons being like, and we have to take you off T before the surgery, and I'm like, no, it wasn't Rylan. Sorry, I don't remember the name right now. But it's like I have been in consultation with my surgeon and all of that. I've never heard about any of this. But like when I read that thread, so many surgeons are like, "Oh, well, you have to stop being on testosterone," and no one gives
It's crazy because
any.
you literally don't.
No one gives a reason for it. And I asked my surgeon. I did ask my surgeon, hey, I read this. How do you feel about it? And he said, what the fuck? what the hell are they talking about? I'm not sure if it's that. I don't want to be that Euro trash person, but is it an American thing? Like, because no one here, no
It's-
surgeon or whatever, whoever I've talked about, have ever. No one has heard about it.
It's just like a thing that comes from like trans uninformed doctors. Like, it
What's it based
predominantly
on?
would be in America, to be honest, because like different practices act however they want. They make their rules.
But what
like,
is it
kinda
based on?
nothing. It's not based on anything. They believe like that the idea that you have to go off of your hormones for a surgery implies that they think the hormones are doing something that will unnaturally or badly affect you, which is not how that works.
Exactly.
While there have been purported side effects from prolonged use of estrogen, maybe from like a study that I looked at, I'm gonna look into it more. I kind of don't fucking trust it. Testosterone has had no shown like side effects other than making you have the same, like, I guess your body will react to things the same way that a cis man's would. Like if you get put on like a blood medication, like for blood pressure, you would be put on a dose for men basically because your blood is like it fucking acts male. So what happens? It's the DNA methylation.
Yeah,
Makes you have
the only
fucking
thing
male
I
stuff.
have, there's one thing I've briefly heard about. I've just glanced over some headlines and stuff. But I have read about testosterone in like tablet form can be really difficult for the liver to digest properly. I guess
I think
is
it
that the
kills
right word?
you.
That should never. If you ever see testosterone pills, never, ever, ever, ever,
Yeah,
ever take.
that's why it's
They
not
will kill you.
available anymore. It's
They, that should be so illegal, like
yeah.
everywhere.
Why?
So when
It has to
when you
do with the way that
when you
you're.
take stuff, your liver
Sorry, you
has
can
to
explain it.
sorry, no. So like trans femmes take estrogen, right? And they
Hmm.
take it usually, or a lot of the time, orally, and that works because estrogen isn't. I mean, it's not going to kill you, but testosterone, despite the fact that estrogen and testosterone both have similarly aggressive effects on the body, um, like in either direction, testosterone will shoot your liver. It will. So that's why you have to have it in patch form or injection form so that it can go straight to your bloodstream instead of going through your liver. Because
That's good to know.
processing it is dangerous. But no doctor where you are would ever prescribe pill form testosterone.
Oh,
Like they wouldn't.
No, it is patches, gel, or shots. Like
injection. Yeah.
mm,
My
So
doctor was telling me that they are working on like oral testosterone.
Never trust it.
mm.
No.
I think like they're getting close to the science because it has to do something with like the way it's absorbed through your body, and I think they found a way to like bind the testosterone to like a fat molecule so that like it's able to like not destroy the liver. I don't know. Science stuff, science words.
Interesting. But I'm
That's
not
They're
gonna
working on
that's
it.
trust it for the.
interesting.
I'm not trusting it for the next 30 years. Like
No,
I'm sorry, I'm just not.
yeah, I'd probably stick with what I've been doing.
my doctor wants me to stay on pills, and I am fucking sick of taking pills at this point. I've been taking so many pills, and I want it to go away.
The issue with pills is that the absorption will never be as good as it is with any other type of like method, I guess.
Yeah, I did
Because
injections of
it has to do with
estrogen
your
at one
entire body.
point, and it was a lot easier. Like I didn't have to do it every day, and it just felt much better than what I'm doing now. But like my doctor isn't really like letting me do that as much. So, but like before I was doing it like on my own because I had no way of getting to a doctor and I didn't have insurance. So it was like awful for me. On top of that I was homeless at the time. So,
Well, yeah.
yeah.
Move up.
I have an interesting question for everybody. Let's start with I guess Catboy. What is your how do I want to say this? What is your fuck, what's the word? What is your experience, I guess, with masculinity or relationship? That's the word I'm looking for. With masculinity and femininity.
Oh, my relationship with it. Oh yeah.
Yes.
I visibly probably have the most confusing one here. But so for a long time pre-transition, I was like into like goth aesthetics or like emo aesthetics. I never did them as good as I do them now. but I was really into that for a while. And when I transitioned, it was kind of like shutting off this side of me so that I could be comfortable fundamentally with what my body is. But the moment that I only like that I passed, no matter what, that no matter what I was wearing, people would be like, "Oh, that's a guy." And in a lot of cases, it's, "Oh, that's a trans woman." But I have nothing against trans women, so that's not an issue for me. So I don't care. I don't care what people call me anymore. It's been 6 years. Like I'm good. I'm okay. Um, but I don't know. I have a lot of complicated feelings with specifically masculinity because whenever people talk about it outside, like specifically in cis spaces, and then people bring the cis mode of femininity and masculinity into trans spaces and try to make the same dichotomy of like women good, men bad, or like men evil, women uh, harmless, which is like super misogynistic, by the way. I don't know. It fucking messed with me being like called a man whenever I'm like conveying my experiences. Like, oh, you're a man. You don't experience this. You don't experience that. And it's like, dog, I'm a trans man. Society doesn't see the man part. It sees the trans part. Like like it's I don't know. It's really it's difficult to explain. But like people just don't get it. They don't get that trans men aren't put in the same category as men, or that they feel like if they don't say that we are, then that's invalidating us. Like I wouldn't put black men in the same privilege category as I would white men, you know? So it's like you get what I mean?
I think I know what you're
Yeah.
talking about. Yeah.
Fucking different. Like the thing that really like broke it for me though was learning that in like medieval times lesbians were obviously like not allowed, you know? But they were only put to death when they occupied the roles of men. That's what trans men are seen as. People that aren't men occupying the roles of men. So naturally, we get a lot of fucking lesbophobia, regardless of what we are. And like a
Ted,
lot of fucking misogyny.
Ted, what is your experience or relationship with masculinity and femininity?
Well, as I mentioned, I didn't come out until I was 28. And when I think back, it's so strange because I was I broke out of like femininity occasionally. Like I cut my hair, I dressed masculine, and then like I really felt like myself, and then okay, the world's scary, and then whoosh, straight back into like using hair extensions and makeup and all of that, and then it took a couple of months, and then I broke out again with the fuck this, cut my hair and all of this. I still didn't understand that I was trans, even though I got this boy version of my dead name, and I was really comfortable with like masculine pronouns and all of that. But I was not one of them transes. No. And I kept going like that for like since I was a preteen until I was 28. And
Jesus, sorry. That's
yeah,
that's a long time to
yeah.
cope. That's a long
Well,
fucking
and you know that I can tell you about that a little bit later. But the egg cope is hilarious.
oh my god. I would wear the type of shit I wear now every fucking day. Like right before I came out, like the
Yeah.
most high
Me
femme shit
too.
ever.
Me
Because it
too.
was fun, but I also felt like a character, like not myself. Like I
Oh,
wasn't me.
absolutely. Like um, especially at the end, I don't know. I've wrapped myself in femininity and like used it as a shield. Like, okay, I need to stop being like this because this is not normal, blah, yada yada yada. And then I it was so strange because like I looked myself in the mirror and I said, "Am I a boy?" And then glass shattered. Everything shattered. And like, oh, fuck, I'm trans. I actually didn't fucking think about me that I was trans. And there you go. And then it was the whole thing about like learning. Like I said, English is my second language, so I'm sorry for the way I describe things.
You're
But
fine.
like,
Your English is
how
good.
do I?
It's good.
Thank you, I appreciate that. How do I apply masculinity to myself, like in a way that's comfortable for me? Right now, I'm very comfortable with like I don't know. This is gonna sound a little bit weird, but mimicking my dad. Um,
Everybody fucking does that.
yeah, they do.
Yeah, cis people do that too.
Yeah, okay, I guess. Yeah, because my dad has always been uh someone. Well, it's my dad, right? So dark hair as he has, and a lot of his style. I've always liked his style. I'm not sure if it's mine, but right now I'm comfortable with I don't know, kind of being a reflection of him and myself. If you catch my drift. Maybe
No, I
that'll
get
change. Yeah, maybe that'll change. Like
everything
Catboy is
changes
said.
eventually.
Yeah, like you said, in the start you were very conforming to stereotypical masculinity and all of that, which I feel I am right now.
In
Maybe
every
that'll
way
change.
socially.
Yeah.
Well, kind of. I was a bit of a shitter. I was a little bit of a fucking piece of shit for a while. But I wasn't like awful. I wasn't like a terrible person anymore.
Well, yeah.
Eventually
I'm
I
not.
grew out
Well,
when I didn't have to be surrounded by Texan teenage boys, I
uh,
learned that, oh yeah, okay, I can be a little less toxic.
yeah.
And
So that's it. That's it.
smart artist. I would
Yeah.
love your relationship. What's why are words hard for me tonight? Been streaming for 6 hours now. Uh, what's been your relationship with your own masculinity versus your femininity?
Yeah, so I noticed that like when I was younger and kind of not like young, like preschool or like elementary school, but like around like sixth grade, I was like, okay, you know what? I guess since I'm different, I'm a lesbian because like that's what people were telling me. And I was like, you know how lesbians dress? They don't wear skirts. They do all this kind of thing. And I was like, okay, you know what? That's how I'm gonna dress too. Because it's like people were telling me so many things, and I didn't even know that like being trans was a thing until seventh grade. And so I have pictures of me just like because I remember being told like the dress code for like concerts and things were like for like school concerts where like girls wear skirts, guys wear, dress pants. And I was like, you know what are they gonna do? I'm so rebellious. And I just remember like thinking I was so cool. I guess that was like the first time I was like, you know what, I'm gonna rebel and be masculine.
That'd be
And
cool.
yeah, so I mean, I took a bunch of cringe selfies and I was like, I'm so cool. But um I remember that was like the first time. And like starting to get closer to when I didn't like identify as non-binary anymore, I would wear skirts to school every single day because I was like, I want to make my parents happy, like I'm not a daughter, but like, I can be feminine, just make it easier for cis people. And now I'm like I don't have a lot of energy to like pick my outfits and stuff, but like I don't dress traditionally like feminine. I mostly wear sweatpants and stuff because I'm lazy, but um yeah, I don't really like I guess expression wise I don't dress too feminine. And I also used to wear makeup like a lot. I literally have like a whole makeup vanity still because I love doing makeup, but I don't like how it looks on me anymore just because of like dysphoria because I do my makeup and I'm like, okay, I look cool, like a guy and makeup is cool. But then I like look in the mirror and it's like, well, you don't really look like a guy because I don't know. I don't pass, and it's kind of just like a painful reminder of that. But also, I like doing eyeliner. I don't know. Still, I do that. Um, yeah, I guess that's pretty much it. I don't remember anything else I was going to say.
Yeah.
That
Tempest.
exactly is why it took me 5 years to be able to wear makeup again. Other than
Yeah.
eyebrows. Those are fine. Anyways, continue.
Oh,
So,
yeah, go
you're
ahead.
talking about my relationship with masculinity.
Yes.
I think I want to focus on just talking about like a very specific example for myself personally. So something, I guess you can call this like an egg moment. When I was a lot younger, my family kind of put me into, I'm sure people know vaguely what I'm talking about, like an ROTC program basically. It's like it's like
Yeah.
you're like in a military program, but like you're like a minor, so you're not like enlisted in any sort of military branch.
JROTC.
Yeah, but this is I was a Navy cadet, so it's not
Oh,
that's just what it was called, like Navy cadets.
sorry.
And it's a very masculine, non-feminine environment, and I remember always feeling very happy and at home being there because like no one refers to you by your first name, like everyone refers to you by your last name, and just like the way that everyone speaks and like the uniform you were asked to wear and everything like that. It was very it felt like at home, if that makes sense. Like that's always been my relationship with masculinity has been I just feel like at peace and at home being there. And anytime I'm put in like a situation where I was like either forced to be present more feminine or like in a feminine space, I always felt just incredibly uncomfortable. Like I remember one time like when I was really young, I went like to this Girl Scout camp and I was miserable the entire time. And also, this is kind of weird, but like I felt like some of the girls didn't want me being there either. Like it was almost like we all knew. Like on a like no one said anything
I
like
relate to
overtly.
that.
Yeah, but it's like
Yeah, you were
it's
gay.
like people know.
Capo, what'd you
Yeah.
say?
Said they thought you were gay. Like, I mean, like lesbian gay. Like, likes women.
Yeah.
That's generally what happened to me too.
They didn't think I was gay. I've never really been too attracted to women for the most part, but I don't know, like weird or like they just didn't want me around basically.
Yeah. No, I get that.
Yeah, women can get fucked. Don't tell my girlfriend I said that.
Cis women are fucking mean. A lot of people don't get that.
Yeah, they can be.
Like, I say this as a former mean cis woman. They're fucking mean. Like, they don't really have the power to hurt you until you're like below them on the ladder of oppression, I guess. But
So there was a.
Well,
Oh, go ahead.
sorry. I just wanted my ex-girlfriend, she said to me, I have no fucking clue why she would say that, but she told me randomly one day that, oh, well, I've been talking to my trans guy friends, whoever the fuck that is, that, when you are this early on testosterone, this was earlier this year, it's gonna be really hard to be with you.
What?
That's
And
that's not nice.
and I was like, that's so mean. Why would you say that?
Yeah.
Yeah,
What?
that's awful.
yeah. So cis women be being
they
holy
have the
shit.
capacity for as much transphobia as everybody else does. They're just a
Oh
little
yeah.
bit less likely to be transphobic.
Cis-
Specifically, non-white women generally safe,
Mm.
but white women
Yep.
in the
Yeah.
U.S. I'm talking about U.S. centric right here.
Cis
White
white
women vote.
women be
Don't look up how
trifling.
many white women voted for Trump. Don't look it up.
Isn't it like 70%?
It was pretty high, yeah.
Yikes.
So we
I mean,
had.
that's the
Remember?
thing. Cis women are some of the best fucking allies out there, though. I will say. So cis women are epic. They're
Mhm.
very cool.
They really
Very-
can be. Just ask my girlfriend.
Fuck yeah.
So there was a question earlier in chat that I want to ask you guys. It was really interesting. Let's start with Smart Artist. What can cis guys do to help you guys feel like men more in social situations?
Well, right now, people kind of see when I like correct people or I like tell them that I'm trans, they kind of just like look at me and then walk away. It's not like you suck, I hate you, or like, oh, that's so cool. It's just like ignored completely, and then they just forget or they try not to think about it because it's such like I guess quote unquote like a weird thing to talk about. And like cis guys generally just don't talk to me ever. Like unless I'm asking them a question like, where's this class? Or, things like that. And it's just like, I don't know. It's more like I don't pass right now. So I just seem kind of like random. It's like asking these questions, but I'm like trying to fit in, I guess. So I guess it's kind of just include people or like at least acknowledge people and be nice about it because I don't get acknowledgement. And that goes for like cis women too. It's just like I tell them and then they just like give me a blank stare and then like go away. And it's like, okay. Like I've gotten one person this year who was like, oh, okay, thank you. I'll remember that next time. And it was like, okay, that's cool. But that was like the only time. So I guess just include people more or I guess ask questions like there have been cis guys who are like really respectful, I guess, and they don't know like I guess they're confused about a lot of things, so they ask questions. If you ask questions and you're genuinely curious and you're not like asking rude questions like body parts and stuff, which I luckily have not gotten yet. But I think just like showing you care.
Yeah,
That's it.
yeah. Thank you
That
for
like
that one.
mirrored my experience in high school, by the way. Like that was exactly what it was like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tempest.
I would say just kind of like general advice, like this is kind of like the advice also like cis men tend to get if they ever want to like get a girlfriend or like talk to a girl. It's like just treat them like people. You know what I mean? Like you don't need to do anything like you don't need to do like special treatment in a way. I mean, other than like maybe like respecting pronouns and like stuff like that. But like for me, I feel really blessed. I have a lot of really supportive men in my life, and the biggest thing they've done is just treat me like one of the other guys and just like not make a big deal about anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. That's
Yeah.
basically it. Just be fucking normal. Like, for me, there is this one guy that specifically stands out. Because there were plenty of like okay guys in high school, but there's this one who like we sat together in a science class and he just like talked to me like normal. And not like the way that men talk to women either. Not like traipsing around certain subjects or like being a
Yeah.
little bit more this way or that way. Like you can tell the difference. Like we can very much tell. But he would just like talk to me and be normal. And like the biggest thing though was that he let me talk about trans stuff and it didn't affect like how he interacted with me. I would like talk about issues that I was having and he could relate that to his own experiences because you can relate any of your experiences to other people. Like it's really very easy if you understand like empathy. But just like acknowledging that we're a person with individual experiences, not trying to box us into like the one thing that they want to box us into, whether that be into woman or man or like specifically trans or whatever. Like just be normal. Be normal.
Ted.
That's about it.
Yeah, I actually had a coworker that was just as Catboy described, just a normal dude, and he would let me talk about trans stuff. He asked about trans stuff. Um, and just like treated me like a human. One very funny thing that happened was we we are transport drivers, both of us, and we voice chat through the day. And then both of us had been quiet for a while, you know, that comfortable silence. And I opened my door right next to some other drivers and all that, and suddenly, out of fucking nowhere, so when you have phalloplasty, do you get like do you get semen when you come?
Oh my god.
And I was just like,
Asking the real questions.
the second I opened the door. And he was on speaker, if that wasn't clear. But
Yeah, it was clear.
and I was just like, hey.
Oh my Christ.
And it's like it's such a cis question, but it was so it was so good that I sat myself in and I closed the door and I was like, no, but can you hold on for a second? And, yeah, and but to directly answer your question, just be normal. Don't be afraid to ask us questions. Um, as long as a question is asked in good faith, you can ask a trans person anything. I guarantee it. As long as it's in good faith, and if you don't overstep boundaries that any person has, right? So
Yeah.
that's about it.
You don't ask cis people about their genitals. Don't ask trans people.
Yeah, basically.
Unless they literally say, you can ask me any question, regardless. Like, if they make it very clear that you can ask those questions.
Yeah,
Unless they do that, don't be weird. Don't be weird.
don't be worried about it. Yeah.
I find
I have a
it. Oh, go ahead.
I have a question for everyone. What would you say is the question that you get asked most from cis people?
Oh god.
People ask me the most what my dead name is. And maybe that's just like because I'm still in school and people literally don't know anything, but like they're like, "So what's your old name?" And I'm like, "Uh, no. Like my name is legally Jordan and it's like that's my legal name, you know." And I actually had an experience like last week where someone's like, "I'm gonna actually ask this other trans person because I've heard you be really rude about something before." And then they kept interrupting me, and I'm like, it's rude to ask someone their dead name. So I was telling this person that for future reference, it is rude. And I was very nice about it. Like, I don't know. Cis people really have the audacity sometimes.
Oh yeah.
True, they do have the audacity.
Yeah, I'm not a white man, but I feel like that is the most common question that I get from people who are cis. Like, it's even if like they're very like accepting,
In
like
case,
they're
yeah.
pretty much my friends. They do still like ask that question because they're curious, and I get that. But like, come on.
Yeah.
I'm having
Like I
trouble.
go by a different name for a reason.
I think the question that I get asked the most is probably about my relationship, especially if they knew me before I transitioned. And like, is my partner gay now, or like, are we still together, or like, asking a lot of questions on explaining that. That's the thing that I get asked the most.
Interesting.
Well, is he gay now? Sorry.
I call him gay all the time, but no, he still identifies as straight. So, and we're still together. Yeah, it's interesting.
Question I get
Okay.
asked a
Prepare for
lot
that
is
to bite you eventually.
I'm sorry.
Prepare for that to bite you eventually.
Why?
It might. I don't know. Every story I've heard about like one partner identifying as straight while the other is transitioning is like,
I mean, I'm not gonna say it hasn't been hard, but I've been with him for it'll be almost 11 years now, so
okay, yeah. Okay,
I'm
yeah.
not particularly worried about like he's gonna, go like up and leave or something.
That's definitely more reassuring. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I think he just identifies as straight because that's like what he feels comfortable with, but like he acknowledges that I'm not a woman, and we're all good on that front.
Ted,
Should I?
please
Yes.
answer the question before Catboy interrupts again.
Well, the question I've gotten a lot is, well, if you're trans, how do you have kids? And I'm like,
Seahorse.
what did you just ask? Well, if you are a man, how did you give birth? How are you a mom if you're a man? And I'm like,
Well, when a mommy and daddy love each other very much.
well,
That's when
When a
you give him a copy of the
when
movie
a sperm
Junior,
cell
and
and
you just
an
say,
egg
"Here, watch this."
cell.
because they are very confused because I am straight. I like women, and that just adds a layer of confusion. And it's like, okay, I can sit here and explain the concept of compulsive heteronormativity to you. I can sit here and explain all that to you, or you can like use that organ we have inside our skulls called the brain. Think like how the fuck do you think? How the fuck do you think I got pregnant and then birthed my children? But it's like it's just wild how often I've gotten that question.
I stole them.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Oh, I've said that. I've also said
Wow.
when people ask if they're twins, they literally look completely alike, and people still ask if they're twins. And I have a tendency to just I found the other one in the parking lot. I just grabbed it because it looked alike. And, yeah, I don't mean to be a smartass, but sometimes I just
No,
have
that
to.
is pretty
It's
funny.
really funny to be a smartass, though. I love
Yeah,
doing it.
Oh yeah, no, it's good. I love pulling a fast one on cis people. Fucking
Yes.
hilarious.
Let's see. Let's see if I can find a question from the audience.
I didn't get asked.
Although,
Any-
well, you answered, didn't you?
Did I? Did I
I'm
answer?
pretty sure
Yeah,
you did.
You did.
I mean, you can
I
go
don't-
again
I
if
don't
you want.
remember.
You said about the guy in science class, or was that something else?
Oh, was that a different question?
Oh wait, that was a different question.
Yeah.
Oh, then go ahead, Catboy. I'm
I
sorry.
didn't take my ADHD meds.
It's okay. The reason I'm interrupting everyone every 5 seconds is because I took mine. But yeah, no, I put myself in the position when I was in high school of being the person that everybody directs all of their questions to. So I've heard so many that I don't have a most common one. I have a list of the weirdest ones though.
Please share that list.
Oh my god, I had one a second ago, but it escapes me.
Is that on the
What
list?
was it? Well, yeah. I mean, I don't have a physical list, but I have like the general like.
You didn't
How
write it
big
down?
were your
You
tits?
pull the notepad out every
Uh,
time someone comes to you.
At least make a Google Doc.
Like, how does that work? Is a big one, or like
Yeah.
like how
What?
what makes someone become trans? And I wasn't able to answer it as well back then, but boy can I now. Um, but yeah, no, there's the dead name thing seems to be a pretty early transition thing.
Yeah.
From what I've seen, people don't really ask me that anymore.
I'm not
People
even
get
early
confused.
transition and I still get asked that. I'm just
It
like,
depends on what they're perceiving you as.
yeah.
Yeah, people get confused because I specifically chose my name because it's kind of gender neutral, and
Mhm.
I don't know, I wanted there to be like an element of confusion, like if you're reading off an attendance list and you're like, what is that? But I guess it kind of backfired because it's like, oh, you're just a girl, Jordan. But then people still ask for my dead name, and it's like, what?
I picked my name from a YA novel about cats. I was 14, so, but yeah, no. There's a lot of really weird questions, and I've heard almost every single one. So yeah, that's my answer. Probably the worst answer here.
How does that work?
What?
Yeah.
Why are you like that? Why are you? What made you like this?
Why are you trans?
How are you supposed to answer that when
Because
someone asks
of
you that?
dioxins in the water in Louisiana from the paper mills. That's why I'm trans, brother. That
Why are you gay?
Why are you gay?
I unironically believe that, by the way. But that's like
The frogs.
that's insane. That's not for everyone. That that's not. It doesn't
So
apply to anybody but me.
the water literally did turn the frogs gay.
The water fucking dissimilar to me. You don't get born with this many male characteristics just from like having a super normal like pregnancy, I guess.
Sure you can.
My mom was in Louisiana. So anyways, let's not do my weird conspiracy theories. Move on, actually.
Does anyone else have a question for the panel? Because I am having trouble finding the questions that I saw in chat.
Oh, you got one now.
Did I?
Do not understand.
I saw one. Someone said, "How do you deal with people who support you in words and spirit, but also refuse to use the right pronoun?"
Oh
Hit
God.
the rock.
Cut them off forever.
Yeah.
Unless they change, then bring them back.
I
But that's
prefer a
the
cinder
rule.
block.
I mean, if people are doing it like as an accident, like that's you know you just correct them and you move on. But there was one person in my life I had to give them the talk of like, if you keep doing this, like
Mhm.
you can't do it this anymore. Like it's been long enough. Like you need to actively. I don't care what you need to do to like remember, but if you can't, like I don't want to be around you. It was so. Or the rock, you get the rock, and you know. Fuck them.
You give them a reasonable chance, and then when they go past the level of reasonable mistakes, you tell them that like if they don't fix it, you're not going to talk to them anymore. That's about it.
Yeah, I have an experience with my grandfather because, like, there's a certain point where you're like, I'm just trying so hard, and it's like you're not. Like, it's like I'm trying, but you're not trying not to. Like, there was one point because he is basically deaf, so he was yelling across the house my dead name while my legal name is Jordan. Like, what? Like, there has like what? How?
Do
I
you
don't
got
like. You're
Alzheimer's
not.
or
No, that would be a much better excuse. But it's like,
okay?
how does that like? Well, there's so much cognitive dissonance with that. It's like,
That's not trying.
how do you say you're trying so hard, but like you do that? It's just like,
Yeah, I think I saw a Reddit question similar to this. Like, there, in my experience, when I'm dealing with people who aren't getting it right very often, I do try to give them that like leeway at first. Cause like even I get things wrong sometimes, although I do try to default to they them, just because like you can call anyone they them, even if you don't like know anything about them. And like I guess you would have to have your own cutoff point to where like, dude, you're not even trying. Like you need to stop.
yeah.
It really just depends on how much it hurts you, or
Yeah,
how much you can take before
definitely.
it's too much.
Yeah, Catboy, if you remember the tweet I made about my mom, well, in the beginning,
Yeah.
my mom was like, really like supportive, I guess. She said that well, I don't have to understand it to respect it and all of that, and I'm like, oh, okay, based, and it's been 2 years now, and yeah, so I made a tweet about haven't been dead named in a very long time. Then I decided to talk to my mother, Followed up with, along with dead naming me, my mother told me everyone that names me and misgenders me behind my back. In defense of that, is so hard to remember. And that, yeah, that phone call is when I actually lost my entire shit on her. I don't like my patience with people is long, and even longer with my own family. But my mother, like, I had to almost like force her to change the contact name on her phone. Like, and it's
She didn't change it? 2
well,
years ago, she didn't change it?
she did now very recently. On my birthday, that was on it was a month ago. She messaged me, "Happy birthday, Theodor," which is my name. It's not Theodore, it's Theodor. And
Oh, I'm sorry.
I was like, no, it's okay. It's I guess Theodore is the English equivalent. But yeah,
Nobody's ever gonna say my last name in Romanian, so yeah, no, you gotta Americanize it.
yeah, exactly.
I'm sorry for being a
and-
dumb American.
No, it's all right. No, so she sent that, and I was like, okay, we're getting somewhere. And then I decided to pick up the phone that day, and that happened though. And I did, like, I said, what did I say? Yeah, I said, okay, so just to get this completely clear, you are telling me right now that you and all of my sisters and all of y'all dead names me and misgenders me behind my back every time, all the time.
I'll
And
cry.
she said yes.
What?
And then I
would
said,
fucking cry. I'm about to cry right now.
well, and then I said, okay, you are all out of my life. And then I hung up. And then I did call my dad, and I was about to punch a hole in my wall because of the absolute fucking rage. And then he said, like, he asked me to repeat that because he was in disbelief. Like, she said that? Like, she said that? He didn't understand because it was. He said, no, it is that easy. It is that easy to just start
Yeah.
using the name you want, because that goes so well with what Catboy replied to that tweet, and that is, every time they think of you, they will think of like trans, you being trans, and that is like that was a really good tweet, because I think about that a lot. That, yeah, you do.
Every time they think of you, it's a reminder. So they should be reminded every single time.
Yeah,
It's
my
conscious at that point.
yeah, me coming out and being visibly trans is the reminder. So
Yeah.
yeah, I cut them off, and I'm not sure if I am willing to forgive it if they ever try to apologize for it.
Give it like
So
5 years,
maybe
maybe.
we'll see.
I'm not yes or no either way, but give it 5 years.
Yeah,
If that
absolutely.
makes sense.
I would like to take this time to tell everybody who's here, thank you. Thank you for coming here and listening to our ramblings. We are having a what's it called? A charity. That's the word. Please learn more about it by doing exclamation charity. Someone did that there. And exclamation donate, and please donate to charity for the Trevor Project. It's a great charity that helps not just trans kids but LGBT kids, and helps them, live.
support suicide prevention, a lot of it.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, they've helped me
And
a lot.
It's probably one of the best things that you should be donating to on Trans Day of Remembrance, because a lot of the people we're remembering have committed suicide.
yeah.
It's, I don't know, it's something that we need to support each other with more than anything else, because cis people are the reason that that rate is so high. So we can't fail each other like this. We can't like hesitate to try to help each other. So that's what the Trevor Project is. So if you have anything, even $1, like please, even $1, it helps. It genuinely helps.
And to help everybody be more motivated, I'll put it out here now. If you have a question, I'll read it on from donations. So
Good one.
I don't know about everyone else, but I am reaching the end of my time that I'm able to do this for. I don't know how much longer.
That's fine.
It's more to do.
Well, I was going to go till 7 for my stream. Cirrus wasn't able to come on today, so we can, whoever wants to can go on for however long they want. But you are not required to. Absolutely.
Oh yeah,
So.
Sorry I didn't mention that. Like, anybody is free to leave whenever they need to.
Mm-hmm.
I really should have said that.
They were all holding me hostage.
Yeah.
I guess if anyone in the chat has a question for me before I go, I can answer that. But other than that, I do need to skedaddle
I have a
pretty soon. Yeah.
For you. When are you gonna pink pill Vosh? When are we getting femme Vosh? At least put him in a skirt. Like
Vashi.
I don't think it's ever gonna happen.
Oh.
Like ever.
You think he'll put on the skirt though?
No.
He'll put on some cat ears maybe?
I don't know. He's I think someone was trying to get him to wear a maid outfit like a year ago, and
oh my Christ.
He went
that
on a
would
rant
be
about
amazing.
He's never gonna wear the maid outfit.
Okay, well that's something different. There's plenty
I
of
would
other
love
feminine things.
I would love to put him in drag if he shaved.
God.
But I know that he would probably just like bitch too much to wear a corset, so it's never gonna happen.
I don't think a corset would work on him either way.
I mean, a corset works on everyone.
A corset works on everybody, but depending on the density of your midsection, like muscle to fat ratio, it can work. I could see it maybe working on him.
Chatter says no, bearded queen, and I'd have to agree.
Bearded glitter beard. Oh my god, y'all remember?
Oh my gosh, no! I don't think he'd be down for the glitter beard either, because that'd just be messy.
I hate glitter in general, so I can't say anything different.
His fucking beard, like he brushes. No way that man would let glitter.
No,
no.
all the glitter would come out after a stream of him just combing his beard.
God. Anyways.
Yeah.
Does anybody else have questions?
I saw a question.
What was the question?
Oh, it wasn't for Tempest.
Well, I mean,
that's okay.
Keep answering.
Okay. Someone said, "What is the most gender euphoric thing for you personally?"
That's a good question.
What is the most what?
Gender euphoric thing for you?
Pants.
Dies. Fucking
probably or like a hoodie, like pants and a hoodie.
Oh my god, male brand responses. The most.
Yeah. I don't know what else like
But that's real.
Yeah, pants and a hoodie. I'm sorry, I don't have much to add on that.
I mean, that's valid. Anyone else?
What about everyone else?
I got a real complicated relationship with that one, because after 7 years, or no, after 6 years, actually it's coming up on 7.
Ooh.
After 7 years of transitioning, the euphoria kind of goes away the same amount as the dysphoria does. So now the things that give me euphoria is people thinking I'm a woman when they see my hair, and then me turning or like speaking and they're like, oh, or the fact that I can be clocked from behind because my shoulders are so broad, even when I'm wearing a dress. That's nice. The trans misogyny following it is not nice, but my shoulders. So that's something.
Them shoulders.
Incredibly based.
See, like I do femininity, but like at the end of the day, it's still Masc.
Yeah, you're very androgynous in the sense of like characteristics of both like male and female in your fashion presentation.
On a base level, I'm kind of a. I almost called my. Oh my god, I can't say that. I'm kind of very Masc. Very, yeah.
I want to know what you were gonna say now.
Yeah, I'm really curious now.
I was gonna call myself a brick.
Rick.
Like, I can't say that. That's not one that I can say. What? Can I?
I mean, I don't mind.
I don't fucking know.
If you're referring to yourself as a brick, you can call yourself whatever
very
you want.
much only myself. I'm built like a refrigerator, a mini fridge.
A mini fridge.
Yeah.
Ted.
Yes. What was your question?
What gives you gender euphoria?
Yeah.
Oh, definitely my facial hair.
Okay.
Yeah, it's I sometimes like when I take off my headset and stuff, I pull my my sideburns here, and it fucking hurts. That and yeah, I guess I would say my facial hair gives me the most euphoria.
And did you already answer Smart Artist?
No, I don't think I did. Also, you can just call me Jordan.
Oh, that works.
I know
Yeah.
this motherfucker's
Jordan.
forgetting.
Yeah, so I guess there was like one specific outfit actually, and I remember this because I bookmarked the comment, but I was wearing an outfit that I felt really confident in, and Catboy actually commented like, "Don't worry about ever not passing again," and I'm like, oh, "Wait, you're kind of right." So I guess it was just that outfit.
What's
When
the
I
outfit?
show people your age my pre-transition pictures, they're like, "Wait, there's a chance."
Yeah, I'm trying to find it because like it should be somewhere, but I don't know.
I was really femme. I was like a cheerleader. I was like a gymnast. Gymnast cheerleader. Wore a lot of makeup. Very
Yeah, I
circular.
was wearing eyeliner in the picture I'm talking about. I post a lot on Twitter, so I can't find it.
I don't think I know of like a situation that I have gender euphoria.
It can be as much as just like feeling good. Like you look in the mirror and you're like, "Oh, this looks better than usual."
I think it just happens randomly. Like I don't have like I don't have moments, I guess. It's just like a state of being for me. Um I don't know. It's different for me, I guess.
No, I get that. It's like different for everyone. There's like varying degrees. Sometimes you don't even recognize it. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe you just don't recognize it. That sounds so mean. I don't mean to sound mean, but
no. I don't think that's a mean thing. It's an incredibly common trans experience to like not realize what you're feeling.
yeah, you just know that it's somehow right.
Yes.
Mm.
You're
I just
like,
thought of
better.
I just thought of another thing that gives me euphoria, and it's kind of a recent thing. It's when I meet strangers, like at the gas station or just like someplace random, and they start talking to me about like sports.
Ah! Oh my god.
Yeah.
When old men pat me on the shoulder and call me champ, like, or like just talk to me in general. They got to be over a certain level of old, though. If they're in
Yeah.
their 40s, I'm just gonna find it hot. Anyways. Still gender euphoria, though. Either way.
Valid.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So, how much longer do you have, Tempest?
I was just about to say goodbye, actually. So
Okay. Well,
Okay.
we appreciate you being on for us.
thanks for inviting me. I really appreciated
This
it, and it was
fun.
nice getting to hear everyone's perspectives and meeting all of you. Yeah, if anyone ever wants to do this again, I'd be down, depending on what's going on.
I want to make this a thing. I want to make a fucking like a podcast or something, or like a recurring segment on my stream if I start streaming again. It's just a big fucking group of trans guys.
I'm down.
That'd be fun. You should start streaming again then.
Yeah, I have to start streaming again. Oh god.
Well, I'm glad I could be the first of your streams. Even though it's not your stream, it's my stream.
Wait, me?
Yeah.
Oh no, I used to stream a little bit.
I know you
Just
did,
like-
but I'm talking about
Oh
like your.
yeah. Yes. No, you're right. You're right.
Because I
This
won't
was-
be there because I'm not a man.
Ah,
No girls
this
allowed.
is true.
That could be the name of
Thinking
the.
about
that-
inviting women sometimes.
Oh, okay. Well, never mind. That can't be
Why?
the name then.
Well, that would be a cool name, like no girls
No, just like
allowed.
one woman, but it's like one woman in a room of like guys. Like,
No
that's-
girls allowed with
I
like
mean,
a C.
I think I've
and
seen that
then-
movie before.
I mean, if you would like, I will. I can be the token because I am Black, Hispanic, Native American, trans, lesbian. So
That's awesome.
I can cover your bases.
Incredible. I wanna do a fucking bunch of these. I love talking. But my issue is that I talk too much.
You're good. Don't worry.
I overpower.
What if no one talked?
if no one talked?
What if it was just trans men on the panel? No talking, just.
except for me, I talk. I'm the only one that talks. Everybody sit there and listen.
It's just gonna be like the king of the hill drinking beer in the alley.
Yeah.
No one's talking.
Yes.
Okay, I really do have to go. Thank you for inviting me. Everyone who's watching the stream, donate to the charity. You can follow me on Twitter, Test of Tempest on Twitter, and I have a podcast called Movie Boys. Other than that, see you later.
Thank you so much.
See ya.
See
It was
ya.
Thank
nice
you.
talking to you.
Nice
a
meeting
good night.
you.
Bye. Wow, we're a very
And then there were
pleasing
3.
cube now.
We are.
Or rectangle. It's not a fucking cube. It wouldn't be a cube even if a cube has sides. I'm so stupid. I'm dumb. I'm getting a little tired.
It's rectangles, so you're close
Yeah.
enough.
Rectangular. Cubes are 3D.
Oh, my friend did actually have a question. I remember. It was if you guys have anyone/thing who helped you realize you were trans. Yeah, who helped you realize you were trans? That was the
The
question.
hairdresser that gave me a fucking haircut. She didn't do anything. The haircut did. I was like, oh my god, I'm so cute and butch. Like, he. And I take a picture of myself. I'm like, I look like a man. But I wonder if this will incite anything.
What was the question again?
I think like anyone that helped you realize that you were trans, or anything helped you.
I think for me, I had a very specific person who, like, not necessarily helped me, or maybe they did. They basically, like, I would tell them the feelings I've been having, and they're like, yeah, you're a woman. So I was like, yeah, maybe.
Trans guy friends, they helped me. Like,
It was like a coworker in the bakery, and they were pretty cool person. So, what about you guys? Ted?
Well, as I mentioned, ever since I was a preteen, I went back in like how I expressed myself, and
Catboy
yeah.
wanted to interrupt again.
What?
until I was 28.
Someone said that
Looked,
in the chat. Sorry.
Yeah.
Go
Sorry
ahead,
to
Ted.
interrupt.
Yeah. I was the one who
Sorry, I just
interrupted
read
this time.
No, and then, like I said, I looked in the mirror and honestly, like, asked myself, "Are you a boy?" And then, glass shattered, egg hecking cracked. Um, no one really helped me, because everyone around me just, oh well, that's that name for you. Have always done the different expression thing. That's just who she is, and no one like asked any questions or anything. So I had to just come to the conclusion myself eventually, even though it took some time.
I think
That's it.
that's kind of an issue with like cis people sometimes. Like they just don't have curiosity about gender because they assume that it's like a
Yeah.
fixed thing.
Yeah, they don't think about it as much as we do, especially like during egg cracking or before. Like I literally woke up every day asking myself, who do I want to be now? Cis people don't do that. Like
Yeah.
and like I had to ask myself, who do I want to be? Do I want to like live easy? Just like presenting feminine and all of that. Of course, it wasn't easy, but you know what I mean. Like glide into society, blah blah blah. Or do I want? Yeah, exactly. Or do I want to be Masc, which I like feel comfortable with, but is also uncomfortable because I am AFAB, blah blah blah. And then like it took me a while to realize that cis people don't do that. They don't think like that. And yeah, it's yeah, I guess that's why they like never really ask about stuff when people are like gender non-conforming, if it's because they want to mind their own business or if it's like a lack of knowledge or whatever. Don't know, but my experience is that they don't ask too much, or they do ask too much.
Yeah.
No in between.
One specific thing to add, or I guess to riff off of.
Mm.
I feel like it's a very, or like there is a very specific issue, or like trans guys have a harder time finding affirmation from other people at first because like you could just be a butch woman, and that's what people will
Yeah.
see as they'll be like, well, I mean, you're just like a lesbian, right? You're just like butch, right? You just like pants,
Yeah.
right? And short hair, yeah.
Mm.
But if say someone who's AMAB did the opposite and started like wearing feminine things, people would be like, "Oh, so are you like a sissy or or like they're a little bit more aggressive with trans femininity 99% of the time." But that means that we don't figure it out as easily
Mm.
because we could just be a butch woman for a very long time.
Mhm.
Jordan.
Sure. So I actually remember this very clearly. I not like really clearly. Okay, anyways. So I went to overnight camp and all the girls and boys are separated into different camps. And I had a counselor. I remember seeing them for the first time and I was like, what gender is that person? Like I literally could not tell. And that was like the first time I had ever met a trans person. Like I mean I probably met trans people before that obviously, but like that they like were very open about it. And that was like the first time that I was like taught about it. And I thought that was like really cool. I was like, I don't know. I was a dumb kid and I asked a bunch of dumb questions, but I, yeah,
Asking questions is dumb.
I mean, I did ask some dumb questions, but um that kind of got the thing and I realized that like when I started identifying as non-binary, I was like, okay, I like how guys look, but do I really want to be them? Like, I'll see a guy and I'll be like, am I attracted to that guy or do I just want to be that guy? And like, I still don't know if I can tell the difference, but I know for sure at least one of the feelings is I want to be. And it's
You'll
like,
figure it out eventually.
yeah, it's like I want to look like that. Like I want to be perceived like that. And that's just kind of like, I don't know, because I've been perceived as just like a weird woman for like my whole life. So it's just kind of like, I know people see me like, obviously women can have short hair, but like, I'm not a woman with short hair. I'm a guy with short hair, but people think I'm so it's like people think I'm probably a lesbian or something of that sort, but I'm not. And it's like obviously no issue with that, but that's just not me. So I went off on a tangent, but yeah, I think that person that I went to camp with really helped.
Your tangents are fine. This is a panel. Panels are for tangents.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Definitely.
why I'm so fucking aggressively talkative. Because this is what everybody's supposed to be acting like.
I do like panels because it allows a lot of people to talk and you to gather your thoughts if other people are talking. So yeah, it's fun. There was this other question that I found. No one donated for them, and I felt guilty. So, because they don't have money. So, what do people look for in the future of their transition and transition in general?
What, like,
Can you repeat that?
Oh, sorry. Fuck.
What are you
Okay, here it
looking
is.
forward to in the future regarding being trans?
What do
like,
people look
transition?
for in the future of their transition and transness in general?
Got it. Oh, okay. I guess I can go.
Sure.
I guess actually just starting testosterone because that would be like one of the first steps. I've already changed my name legally and started socially transitioning and like wearing more masculine clothes and haircut, but I feel like that would be kind of like the main step for me, at least. Yeah.
That's pretty fair. I mean, from where you're sitting, that's the only future that you can really like, think about.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Back then, that was like the only thing on my mind. I didn't care if I lived to be 20. I just wanted to get on T before then.
I felt the
Yeah.
same way with estrogen, yeah. I just wanted my life to go on, like, actually. But
Yeah. Where are the blood sports? Oh my god, chat.
Ted, did you have anything to add to that or no?
Sorry, did you ask me?
Yeah, did you have anything to add to whatever the question was?
Question. I remember the question.
Oh well, I have top surgery in exactly 10 days.
Let's go!
Yeah.
Yes.
Woo, let's go.
Let's fucking
Oh
go.
my god.
Yes, so that's what I am like thinking about constantly. Marager in chat, not sure if he's there, but he is my best friend. He is a cis male. He's my ride or die. He's gonna assist me through that. Mara, if you're here, say hi. So that's what I am constantly thinking about. Yes, there he is.
He said hi. Yep.
Awesome.
And
Awesome.
yeah, long term, I am, uh, I, I am thinking about one day living uh, completely stealth. I will always be vocal about trans issues and all of that, but like when we don't, when we look away from the online stuff, then like living stealth, big quote signs there. But yeah, I guess that's it.
And Catboy.
It's a complicated question for me Because like,
Every question is complicated for you.
no, but because I very recently finished my transition.
That's
Like
fair.
finished it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's complicated. This one
That
is
is pretty
especially
complicated. Did you actually have an answer, or was that it?
Yeah, sorry, I was looking at chat.
That's fair.
At this point, my only goal is to hit 40 and be a fucking MILF.
Taste,
That's about it. That's about it.
taste.
A
I
MILF?
don't know. Like, I want kids at some point, maybe.
I got you beat there because I'm a MILF.
Facts. Oh my god. I don't know. I want to like live my life now, and it feels like I can. So that's cool. Like I'm dating people now.
I fucking love that for you. That's
Talking of
amazing.
men, like
Nah.
that was so terrifying before I had my ovaries removed. Holy shit. But now I can just be a person. I want to see how long I can live. That's like my goal for the future. See how long I can live. That's about it. It's my transition goal. Living.
That's a very wholesome answer. Yet the way you said it sounds kind of sad. I
live
want to
in
see how
Texas.
long I can live.
I live in Texas.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're right. God. Oof.
Yeah,
That's fair.
I mean,
Yeah,
we
fair.
could move that up to I live in America
Mm.
soon. Not quite yet, but soon.
Get you a Canadian boyfriend. Just kidding.
The guy that I'm talking to right now is from fucking Norway? Question mark. So if I leave the US, I fucking might as well move to Europe.
Norway. Yeah.
After hearing about your healthcare, I'm a bit hesitant now, though.
No, you'll be fine. Just get yourself a based GP, and you're good to go.
Okay.
Yes.
Well,
You can get mine. You can get mine.
Chat is
okay.
questioning Norway. Norway? They're confused.
Norway? Fucking Hassan.
There for that.
It's like the worst impression because it's Swedish.
So bad.
Norwegians,
So bad
they
at
talk like this. This is the accent.
Norwegians talk with a question mark.
Yes,
Like Valley
because
Girls?
this is the tone we speak in Norwegian.
Yeah. Oh my god, that's crazy. Yay. Norwich.
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 Swede.
That's Sweden.
I could really go for a sandwich right now.
I almost thought
I
about
want
getting dual
steak.
citizenship in Romania, but then I was like, well, to get the EU thing so that I can move somewhere that's not Romania. But then I learned my fucking grandparents had to renounce their citizenship to escape the Nazis, so I can't move
That's
to
so
Romania.
fun.
God damn.
Pog.
The pug.
Yeah.
Relatable.
Can I get some poggers in chat?
Can I get some poggers for the show?
So
Pugger is for revoking citizenship. Yay.
Hey.
Hey.
I'm making eye contact with you right now, Jordan.
hi. I'm also
Yeah.
making eye contact with you, but you can't see. I've been nodding the entire time, and I remembered just now that no one saw any of that.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah, now I'm just laying down
Awesome.
because you guys
Very
can't
cool.
see. So
I'm starting to get a terrible headache.
Uh-oh.
So
yeah,
I
I
might,
need to go eat dinner.
I might. Oh yeah, it's 5 p.m. I gotta work. Oh
would
god.
too.
Is this the end of the panel then?
This might be the end of the panel. Chat. Any last questions? Get your last questions in right now, immediately.
Say video games or movie for all the boys. What does that mean?
No, I guess I'm excluded.
Fave video games or movie? Fave video game, Super Monkey Ball 2.
I'm currently obsessed with The Sims, and I used to play Minecraft, but that's probably just because that attracts my age demographic.
Yeah.
Well,
Hunter named Are You Kid Named Finger? Yes.
What does that mean?
So I'll explain it to you later.
Okay.
It's too much
We're both gonna
context, too much
forget.
memes, too many images. I can't like convey that over speech.
So real quick, I do want to go over some of the donations we got. There was one person who got dead named through the donation, so I kind of want to skip over that for a couple of them. I don't know which one it was, but though so. We got $100, $25, a $20 donation, and then an anonymous $10 donation. So thank you guys so much. And just now we got Camel Spider donating $25. They said, happy to help out to support the Trevor Project. Yes, thank you very much, Camel Spider. We really appreciate it.
I'm nodding my head right now.
Thank you for
What's the
clarifying.
right now? Hold on. What's the? Let me pull this up. I'm gonna do some donating today.
I did donate
Live
earlier.
donation.
Let's go.
Star Panda mispronounced my name horrifically.
Oh, fuck. I'm sorry.
This guy, what was it? This guy older.
Wait, what was your name in chat again?
I know that tea changes like the way you smell, but chill. Okay, I have feelings. Okay.
Oh, that's brutal.
What can I say? I can smell you all the way from Norway.
Yeah, same. Okay, fine.
I'm sorry.
I'll jump in the shower then.
And don't use that axe, please. That's awful.
There was one more question. It might be a really long answer depending on your response, but someone said, how has neurodivergency affected your gender expression?
A lot. I didn't start presenting real femme until the autism hit. And by the autism hit, I mean I realized I was autistic for my entire life.
I love the expression "until the autism hit."
No, but actually, like there's a really big link for me because forever I was like I didn't really experience like a male identity outside of my body or what I knew my body needed to be. So like when I realized I was autistic, I was like, oh, okay, that's why I don't get this gender shit. I'm done with it. I'm fucking done. So yeah, that's what this is.
Second, autism has hit the cat boy.
Literally.
Oh my god.
What was the first?
The first autism was ADHD.
Well, I have ADHD-C.
What?
Not.
We don't got all those fancy letters in the
Oh,
US.
sorry.
We got ADHD, brother.
Okay, so ADHD-I is ADHD inattentive, which was previously known as ADD.
Are you
ADHD.
compulsive?
If I am?
Oh, is that what the C is?
No, that's combo.
Oh, so
yeah,
you're both.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so
Okay.
ADHD H is hyperactivity, which is usually like the typical what do they call it? The boy ADHD.
I've done a lot of research into this. All these categories are incorrect.
Oh yeah. It like all of the categories and how they the terms they use are wildly inaccurate, but that's what we have to work with. And I have ADHD-C, which is a combo. I have both. I wouldn't say, and I have severe ADHD. You can see, like, I have severe wolf biting as one of them. I constantly pluck. I am very compulsive. If it has impacted my gender expression is very hard to tell. I actually have no idea. Maybe that is a result of ADHD. I don't know. But one thing I am struggling with is I do have I end up having sensory overload often, and when I take off my binder, that throws me into sensory overload. So I can't take off my binder without like me feeling like freaking out, basically. So I bind way more than I should. It's I bind to a dangerous degree, to put it that way. But right now, I am justifying it with I am so close to top surgery that
Next 10 days,
uh,
bind as little as possible. I'm so sorry. Like as
really.
little as possible. Yeah.
Oh,
If you get any degree of bruising, they'll be like, "Oh, can't operate."
oh yeah, you might be right. You might be right.
Any of
Yeah.
that, any type of like rib damage, they'll be like,
Fortunately, I have this what's it called? A swimming binder. Yes.
"I should." That sounds
Yes.
so fucked up and dangerous.
No, because it's actually it doesn't really bind,
Oh, okay, okay.
but
I had an actual swimming binder once, that, like
oh.
compressed.
Oh yeah, well
Oh.
this one has like a zipper in the front. So if you want it a little bit tighter, you pull it all the way up and you place you the twins the way they're supposed to, and you get and you look pretty flat, but like uh you can pull and like it can feel mostly like a sports bra, only a little bit tighter. And that one doesn't yeah, it doesn't like actually bind as much as a normal binder would. So
Something. Oh my god! Wait.
In chat, somebody's called it a swimder, and I would like to correct them. It is a swinder.
Swine. Oh my god! Wait.
I
It
would.
just.
What were you gonna say?
Sorry, it just hit me. One thing, a neurodivergence that's impacted my transition is either autism or ADHD. I can't grow facial hair. It fucks with me. It fucks with my head. I can't.
Oh yeah, I get you.
Sensory is awful. It's also not my aesthetic, but
I would like you to go, Jordan, and then I have an announcement to make.
I don't know. I have ADHD, but like I don't know how it impacts me. I guess with binding, I just can't bind. Like I found that like I would wear my binder every day for a few weeks, and I already have chronic pain, so it just made it like I couldn't even like move my head like back and forth. It was really bad. So right now I'm just not binding at all, and it sucks. But also my binder kind of sucks. So I'm looking to get a new binder. That wasn't really related to the question, but I don't.
You're cutting off a little bit there at the end.
Oh, I didn't really answer the question, but I don't know the answer to the question because I don't think
That's
me.
fair. Yeah.
it can be difficult when it's just ADHD because like
Yeah.
you don't really realize a lot of the social or emotional sides of ADHD until you like really dig into it, and then you might see some reasons why you feel certain ways about gender. But
Yeah, I do have to go in
okay,
a
Yeah,
minute.
that's fine. I do want to announce that we hit 500. Hey,
Yay!
oh,
that's the first 500 we've hit. And that means I'm going to go another day on Monday, and we're gonna try to finish Fallout New Vegas. So, yeah,
so, like no way, y'all didn't see me donate. Fucking
it's because of Catboy.
hey.
Little known person known as Catboy had
Who?
donated. Yeah, I'm not sure who they are either. But
Notorious Oiler in like
and
every fucking leftist chat except for a few.
and
Notorious.
they said Omega lol, so that's cool, I
I
guess.
did say
Very
Omega lol, yeah.
inspiring. Thank you.
Omega lol, yeah. I look, as long as I have a little bit of money left from my GoFundMe, I'm gonna throw it at things.
A
Hey,
Actually, charities.
best.
I've been sending them to other GoFundMes too. Like, oh, there's this Twitter account before the video.
Redistributing the wealth.
There's this Twitter account that like compiles or finds the GoFundMes of Black trans people. You just go on there and like scroll for a bit, find the person in the most dire situation, and then like give them money. It's
Nice.
pretty easy. It's really fucking easy, and it's also based. So
Okay, I have to go, but it was really nice talking to you guys and being here.
yeah, I
thank
really
you again
appreciate you for
for
being
coming.
here.
Yeah,
you,
thank
Jordan,
you.
it was fun. It was very fun.
Okay. Yeah, see ya.
See ya.
Bye.
Yeah.